Okay, hello. Welcome
Hello.
to the second episode of the HaloRuns podcast. Hopefully, everything is working. Let me know if anything isn't working. I am here with Sorix here, and we're going to be discussing all sorts of topics on Halo's speedrunning. So, yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, a bit of like speedrunning in general as well, I'd say. Right.
Yeah.
We have so we have some new stuff, right? You may have seen earlier, if you do exclamation point Q, I'm not even a Halo runner at the moment. True, actually. If you do exclamation point Q, you can add like questions or topics, and that way, if we're like discussing something at the moment, and then you have something that you think we should discuss, or like a question or something, then you can do add it to that command, and it'll get added to like a list. So we'll be able to see it later. So
Yeah.
that's handy.
Yep, so basically, once again, just exclamation mark Q and type in your question, and we can get back to it in the future. So that is very helpful.
Yeah.
And yeah, guess we can just
Should
get started with discussing stuff.
Yeah. Should I like introduce myself, or like this is my
Yeah,
debut
sure.
on the
Go,
podcast?
go
Like,
ahead, yeah.
who is this guy? Basically, I'm a legend speedrunner, best ever. You know.
Yeah.
Play speedrun some Halo 3 for all the people like watching this podcast from the start in like 3 years from now. No idea what's going on. I'm a speedrunner, Halo speedrunner. Played a lot of Halo 3, then a lot of Halo 2, then all the other Halo games. Did franchise. Then I started running other games: Skyrim, Mirror's Edge, Dishonored, and yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, I realized I didn't do my own self intro for the first
Yeah,
episode, but
I
it's
feel like
cool.
the
Yeah.
last episode, it was more like it wasn't really episode 1, right? It was more like episode 0, or what would
Yeah.
you say? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because like everything was still getting set up and stuff.
Yeah, so introduce yourself then.
Yeah,
Let's
so
hear it. Let's hear the Chronos
yeah,
introduction.
I am Chronos. I am currently the one of the HaloRuns admins for the community. I've been speedrunning for 5 years now, maybe 6 years or so almost. Primarily Halo CE, but I've also done basically all of the other Halo games as well. And I have ran for multiple GDQ events with Halo, so pretty cool.
Yeah,
And
you
yeah.
you started at was Halo your first speedrun you did, or did you do
It
something
was
before that?
Skyrim. Skyrim was my
Oh,
first, yeah.
okay.
And then
Yeah,
Halo CE was my second.
yeah, yeah. You started with Garish, right?
Yeah.
That was like Garish back in the day was like huge. Like he got so many of like the people from mine and your era started because of Garish.
Yeah, it's actually incredible how much Garish has done for just influencing people to speedrun Halo.
Yeah, yeah,
Also, something funny to note is the two of us have probably a combined more amount of points than like a lot of people in
yeah.
all the Halo games.
Are we number 1 and 2 right now?
I think Nails is still number two by
Okay.
like 800 points or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's pretty high up there.
Yeah, I'm also a HaloRuns admin, technically, although I don't like do anything at the moment. So, but
Nails
I am
number two.
in spirit.
Yeah, Nails is number two by 1400. Jeez. Yeah, Nails has been still taking all those Halo 2 records in Halo 3.
Yeah, Nails, goat.
Yeah.
Say that. No question.
Speaking of
Uh,
GOAT, I've wanted to discuss like who the best speedrunners are for Halo. It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I guess we
I
could get
think
to that.
if we're checking like number 1, like I don't know, this can like easily get toxic, right? But
Yeah.
number 1, I think almost everyone who's like ran a few of the Halo games is like, there's no question Nails is the goat.
Yeah. Like no one has gotten like world records in as many
Like
games
his
and
It's just how dominant he is. No one is close to as dominant as him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a shame that not too many people would know Nails because he doesn't have like an online presence in comparison to like other runners.
Yeah, like, in terms of like his accomplishments, we should say, right?
Yeah.
Because in terms of accomplishments of actual like times he's put down, but then there's like people like Garish, for example, who's like obviously done like huge, like more than Nails for the community and things like that.
Yeah.
But in terms of like raw accomplishments, I don't think anyone competes with Nails.
Yeah.
I guess the closest like would be Zoo, but
yeah,
I don't want to like
pretty
stroke
dang
his
good.
ego too much, you know.
Yeah.
He's still a rookie. He's still too new.
Yeah, pretty impressive for how he hasn't spent way too much time in Halo yet in comparison to like other runners.
The crazy thing with Zoo is pretty much everyone who's like up there with him is like has taken like a lot of breaks and stuff. But Zoo has just been
grinding.
Like, constantly grinding from like day one. Like he's been running for like 2 years now. I don't think he's taken a break.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Yeah.
So now I guess we could get started with talking about our first topic.
Oh yeah, the actual topics.
Yeah.
Got a bit offhand there. So rookie mistakes.
Yeah. So basically, when you start speedrunning Halo, oftentimes well, not just Halo, but like any speedrun, a lot of people struggle to figure out what the best way to approach it is. Yeah, I think something that we should say is like tutorials and useful like tools and stuff would be really nice to have. Like,
I think. Okay, I'm gonna ask you something though. The classic that people tell like new people, right, is don't like learn all the hard stuff or like try to learn all the hard stuff immediately. How do you agree with that take, or do you think it's like more nuanced?
I think it's definitely more nuanced because like oftentimes when you're trying to learn a speedrun, some people want to learn the cool trick. It's like my first trick, for instance, was in Skyrim for speedrunning that game, and that was horse tilting.
Yeah.
So imagine that being your first trick, and if anyone doesn't know, it's pretty much one of the most difficult tricks in Skyrim to like master.
Yeah.
So
by far, I would say like Skyrim doesn't. In terms of like skill gap and skill ceiling, Skyrim doesn't like have anything that compares to horse tilting. But yeah, like it depends if the person getting into it, I would say, in terms of like what they should learn first, or like do they know what they're getting into? Because if someone's already like a speedrun in the past and they're like learning a new game or something, they know what they're getting into. You know, they know how like hard stuff can be and how much they might need to practice. But if someone doesn't really know what they're getting into, then you know maybe they want to be more casual about it, or maybe they like don't realize how much practice they have to put in, and they want to like it would be beneficial for them to like ease into it. In that case, then yeah, learning like all the hard stuff first might not be the best, but then again, that might be like the flashy stuff might be what's drawn them in. So like you shouldn't really tell them to like don't do the cool stuff, do the basic stuff. Maybe they want to do the cool stuff, you know.
Yeah, I do also think it's like core mechanics sometimes are things that you should be learning.
Yeah.
Like for instance, if you're trying to speedrun Halo 2, you should definitely try learning sword flies and stuff, since it's like such a major part. That and like slide jumps, grenade jumps, those kinds of small details that you don't realize it at first. It's like all the time you have to just keep learning some of these core mechanics, even though it comes naturally after a while.
Yeah, Halo 2 specifically, like sword flying is like the identity of like the Halo 2 speedrun, right? Is the sword tricks. Like that's what everyone wants to do. So like, yeah, the sword tricks, like you can get a good time without them technically. Like, you know, the pre-patch record was sub 120, but at the same time, like they people want to do fun stuff. Like they want to do the cool tricks.
Yeah, and Zephyrite brings up a good point for like some tricks, yeah, like WC out of bounds. Like it's the first level. Some people want to learn the levels in order, and WC for Halo Reach is like notoriously one of the hardest like tricks to like learn. So is it a good idea to start with the first level? Not always, yeah. Especially with a trick that's that cancerous in terms of like
dude, it's like inconsistent bullshit trick that's like not even like cool, right? It's like it's just kind of annoying. In that case, yeah, there's like not really a reason to do it first unless you're like I said, you know what you're getting into, you want to do it seriously, and like you know it's gonna take some grinding.
Yeah, so the question is there a way we could make it better for people to like get into in those terms, because not everyone's going to be like the same in that regard.
I think it just depends. Like, what's their approach? Do they just want to do it for fun, for casually, or do they have like the big drive that, you know, they're fine with grinding something out?
Yeah, I believe it comes down to like what their goals are for like just their speedrunning career. Like some people want to just speedrun because it's fun, and for those kinds of things, like you'll learn different tricks and learn different strategies and stuff. If you're trying to go for a world record, you're going to learn some of the like most difficult things, and it's definitely like, do you want to learn it first? Do you want to learn it like later on? Just a lot of aspects like that.
Yeah. So I guess it comes down to like, yeah, like you said, knowing what their goals are, and like if they like figuring out like, do they actually know what they're getting into? I guess, because a lot of people like think speedrunning is like isn't hard. I guess. I mean, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm a speedrunner, it's so hard, you know, but you know, we spend like thousands of hours on these games. Like it takes time and grinding. So, and people don't always realize that.
Yeah, it's like very different than learning other games, yeah? Because
Like
some
Halo in particular.
I guess speedrunning in general, it's like
Oh,
there's
okay,
some
yeah, I see what
aspects
you
of
mean.
speedrunning
Yeah.
that are very different than like playing other games competitively. It's like some games are, well, most of the time it's like, how do I describe it? There's like no set strategy or idea, while in speedrunning it's like there is one route that is the fastest for sure, like 99% of the time. Like there are some like
it's like figured out.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like games that are a lot more optimized and stuff. That's when, yeah, there's a specific defined speedrun route, but if you can't do it, then whatever else you're going to be doing is probably slower or something like that.
Yeah, like there's no half, you know, doing half the route. You either do it or you do something else. Yeah. That's true.
There are
It's
safe
definitely like more,
strats, yeah.
maybe more like punishing in that way. Yeah, like
So
there is safe strats, but like there's no like how should I describe this? Like either you do a strat or you do a different strat, right?
yeah,
There's no like doing half a strat.
yeah. It's like you're trying to do high charity skip halfway through, you're like, nope, I can't land it or something. You
Yeah.
can't just like stop doing high charity skip like in the middle
Yeah.
of it. So
Whereas with something like CS:GO, if you're like trying to get good at aiming.
Mhm.
Well, that's just a skill you're getting better at,
Yeah.
I guess. And yeah, it's like what's the word? Like a spectrum,
Yeah.
like fluent.
Like, I guess you could say it works that way for some mechanics, like sword
Mm.
flying. Yeah, you can get better at sword flying
Yeah,
slowly, but
yeah,
it's not like,
with like core mechanics and
yeah,
movement and things like that. Yeah,
but for like tricks and stuff, it definitely doesn't apply.
yeah. So what are some other like rookie mistakes? Okay, here's one kind of like you can't really blame people for this, but like not making use of like the tools
Yeah, like tools,
enough or like well enough,
yeah, tools and resources are definitely a major factor. I think a lot of it comes down to like the people that are trying to do it competitively will probably try to make more use of those, but for
Yeah,
people that are doing it casually, I don't see them using them too much. I do think that they should be using like tutorial videos and stuff, but
yeah,
for speedrun tools, it makes sense to not use those in particular sometimes. Yeah.
yeah. Tutorial, I have like my own view about that. Well, I think we had a discussion about this in the past, but like
Hmm.
tutorials are, for me, they're mainly there to like prevent people from being like scared of learning the run, in my opinion. Like for the most part, they don't do that much for like, I don't think they speed up the learning process very much for the most part. It depends on the trick in question, obviously. Like some things you can't figure out just by watching a run. But 99% of the time, you can figure it out just by watching a run.
Yeah. I do think though, it's like kind of depends on the person too. Some people like having that kind of like explanation handed out to
Mm.
them. For
Yeah.
me personally, I use tutorials a lot more than like probably other runners because it's more comfortable for me to just understand what's going on. Like
Mm.
especially for difficult tricks, it makes it a lot easier to understand. But
Yeah.
in order to like learn the trick, you're going to have to just grind it out, learn it by
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, learning by doing is like a big thing because you can watch a tutorial and you can like understand how it works, but also just doing it unless the trick is like really unintuitive, like something like high charity skip, like learning high charity without a tutorial. Trust me, I've tried. It fucking sucks. Because I
Yeah.
was like I think I was like the third person or fourth person maybe to learn high charity skip. There was no tutorials. It it was rough, man. Also, that was on classic, no checkpoint trainer.
Yeah.
But although you couldn't like make a checkpoint midair, you had to like restart from the beginning every time.
I'd say we also have it a lot more better than older runners in the past because nowadays we have all the tools with checkpoint trainers, great thanks to Bert and stuff, and
Yeah.
like all the tutorials by like a lot of people. It's like a lot easier to get into the game now
Mm.
than ever before. So I think that's like pretty cool.
Yeah, like I should clarify, like I don't think there being tutorials is a bad thing. Obviously, like it's really good. Like it gets people into the game more easily, for the most part. I just think, for myself at least, they like I'll only use a tutorial if I like, first and foremost, I'll watch a run and I'll try to replicate it, and then if there's something I don't understand, then I'll look at a tutorial. But that's just me.
Yeah, it definitely just depends on the person a lot.
Mm. Yeah. I also I had a different thought, but now I forgot what it was. People not realizing that you just shouldn't expect it everything first, second, or even third try. Yeah, That's kind of what I mean about knowing what you're getting into.
Yeah, it's definitely like an experience sort of thing. Like this is just goes with speedrunning in general. It's like a lot of times people watch speedruns and think, wow, they landed a trick, yeah? And they think sometimes, oh, I could land that trick. But then they don't realize how like how many hours, yeah, that you put in,
Yeah.
and or just like because of landing it all first try or something,
Yeah.
like on world record runs, they think, oh, that trick's cool and easy or something.
Yeah,
But
I think it kind of goes back to like what you were saying earlier about like other games. Like in other games, when like a pro player in Counter-Strike like pulls off some like sick ace or something,
mhm.
like it's a lot easier to understand how hard that was, and like what decision making went into it, what like raw aim went into it, and movement and all that. But when people just see like you just clip out of bounds and look at some place and suddenly you're like teleported
Yeah.
50 meters left, like there's no gauge, like you can't just understand how hard that is just by looking at it unless you know what's going on.
Yeah, it's like all the frame perfect or pixel perfect inputs and stuff that go into the trick.
Yeah.
How like grinding thousands of hours into landing one specific trick sometimes. It's like insane. Like armor lock launch is a good example. It's like, oh, if you just armor lock on the guy's head, you just fly. But
Yeah.
it's so
You don't
precise
see the
that
like 3,000 attempts that failed.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it look effortless when, yeah.
Any other mistakes?
Oh, this is what I thought about earlier. The custom checkpoint thing and tools thing.
Mm-hmm.
MCC PC was like such a huge revolution for Halo speedrunning. I mean, it's so like every game that got affected by it, like like Halo, even Halo 1, which was already on PC, but that's for different reasons. But Halo 2, 3, 4, Reach ODST, like it had such a huge impact on the run, right?
Yeah, like honestly, MCC was probably the best thing for the speedrunning community, like for
Mm.
just Halo on PC, because it just opened like the floodgates for everyone to come in, not just
Yeah,
console.
yeah, it's so good accessibility. Like the fact that you can just play on whatever input device, whatever frame rate, whatever PC you want, uh, and you can have like all the tools you want. So like practicing is like 50 times as efficient. I mean, making Halo 3 done segmented, we did that on console with like no custom checkpoints. And if we had it on PC, it probably would have cut the time it took to do that in like 1/5 maybe, and it would have been like way more optimized as well.
Yeah, it's also why like segmented runs nowadays are insane. Like the CE segmented was
Yeah,
probably one of the best of all time. Like
I would say
yeah.
C segment.
But not only that, Halo 4 was super impressive,
It was,
honestly. It
yeah.
was like
I did
insane.
not going into Halo 4. I was not expecting much, to be honest. Like in terms of like segmented only tricks, right?
Yeah.
Like huge tricks, but they definitely delivered a lot
Yeah.
more.
Like all those launches and like the
Yeah.
Dawn skit cutscene thing that
Oh, the
was
Dawn thing was
insane. Like
insane.
yeah.
I think the Dawn thing was probably the craziest thing in the
Yeah.
whole run. And
just
maybe
just
Reclaimer as
because
well.
yeah. Like
But
all those cutscene shenanigans and stuff
yeah.
are like you don't normally as a if you're watching casually it might not be as impressive, but if you've like learned the speedrun and stuff, it's like you couldn't imagine skipping that section sometimes.
Yeah. It's just that it's like it's the first like part of the game as well. Like if you've ever run Halo 4, you've like dreamed of skipping that like auto scroller part, right? And they just like fucking clip into the ceiling and just launch 200 feet in the air, and they're just
Yeah,
finish the level in like
that's the
30
level.
seconds.
Yeah.
But so it had like a lot of good moments like that. But I think the CE one takes the cake just because it was basically that, but for the whole run. Like every single section in every single level had something like that. It felt
Yeah.
like.
I saw someone talk about the wiki for the HaloRuns wiki way
Yeah.
back then. I think it's just a relic of the past now, yeah, because
Yeah.
like
I've seen some Discord servers. I'm in like implements. Like Discord has like a what do you call it? Yeah,
forums,
like a
yeah,
forum feature. I don't really like it though.
yeah. I
It's
really
just
dislike forums as well.
yeah.
It's like all cluttered. It's hard to find stuff. Like I know we're going to be using it for the Moist Critical Challenge like now
Mm.
because people wanted to try it out. So
Oh.
it's
Well,
interesting.
maybe I can see it for that because there's so many people in the Discord, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's might be a good way to organize things. But the thing that really I don't like about it is like I don't want to write a forum post just to ask a question. Like that seems it's just like a barrier to entry almost seems like.
Yeah. It's like going through more and more loopholes. Like the
Yeah.
best way for a beginner, in my opinion, is just to have resources where you can literally just click one link and it takes you to like whatever you want. And that's
Yeah.
why how we have it set up with links, I think, is probably the best for that.
Yeah, that's how I am too, right? Like I don't want to ask questions. I just want
You want the link, you
links
want the
that I
link
can
right now.
I want to be able to read stuff. I don't want to like bother people.
Yeah, I think you and I are similar in that regard. It's like when you watch a tutorial or anything, you're like skipping all the like discussion on some things because they're
Yeah.
not relevant to you, and you just
Hmm.
go to like, oh, this specific part. And
Yeah.
I think that's the way it is for some people. For beginners, it's like the opposite though. You want like all the explanation and stuff. So I think that's pretty important.
Mm. Any other like getting into speedrunning topics or like mistakes?
I had something, I swear. Uh, I had it at the top of my head before we discussed that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
there's
I
something I'm
wanted to.
forgetting to.
Yeah, I wanted to talk more about the wiki. I think because like,
Oh,
uh, the wiki is. I don't know if it still exists. It might still exist, but yeah, I. It's
what
just
is it?
how.
Herons.com/wiki?
Yeah, it might have
Or
been.
just redirects to Herons?
Yeah. I don't know. If it's gone, that's probably for the best. It's
Oh,
just the
okay. Sorry, go on.
yeah. It the main issue is like just nowadays with the evolution of where people are congregating like around. It's like back in the past people would go to like Tumblr forums and stuff.
Mm.
It's very different nowadays, so
Yeah, Discord's just taken over everything.
yeah.
Like if you wanna like get into a certain topic, like there's a good chance you have to like find the right Discord server.
No scales
And
linked
yeah,
it.
yeah, it does still exist. It's wiki dot.
Yeah.
But I that's a big one. Gelk just asked. Is starting with legendary a mistake? I'm just gonna say it. I hate when people tell like new runners don't start with legendary. I think I started with legendary. I think you started with legendary as well, right?
I started with easy, but
Okay, never mind then.
it,
But
it's
I
it
don't like
depends
that.
on the person, yeah. Because I was into speedrunning for the tricks, not the combat. Because
Right.
I came from Skyrim first, yeah, and I really liked the tricks, so I ran easy first.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah, it's I think it's kind of like maybe a bit of a controversial topic, but like I feel like if you wanna play legendary, like if you're considering starting the game with legendary, chances are you know you've
yeah,
seen a legendary speedrun and you like the idea of like doing combat and stuff and like getting through the game fast on like this ridiculous difficulty that probably took you like 10 hours to beat the first time. Like that's like really enticing for a lot of people. Or that's like legendary is like really interesting.
Yeah.
And like if going into Discord and someone tells you, no, stop, it's
Yeah.
too hard for you, go do something else.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I think that's like another thing. It's like I think that's something good to talk about later when we talk about world record culture and stuff. It's like everyone's standards are like you need to do it on easy first to get good. Like
Mm.
it's pretty toxic in that regard.
Yeah, like
I
not
yeah,
everyone's in it for the like competitive part, right? Is
yeah.
that what you're getting at? Yeah.
Uh, I think Zephyrite does have a good point. Depending, like, if you have zero idea of how to play the game, then of course Legendary might be a lot harder for you to get
Yeah,
into.
yeah,
But
it might be
it
hard,
just
and it might be
depends.
more efficient
Mhm.
starting with easy. And
Yeah,
you know, maybe starting with ledge and you know, getting beat down could, you know, uh put you off.
yeah.
So
Basically,
there is
it's yeah.
some, you know,
There's some merit
there is some benefit.
because
But
like not
overall,
everyone
I just
likes to do things the same way.
yeah,
Basically, if you want to run Legendary, you should run Legendary. That's my
yeah,
opinion. But
I
just
think so
know
too.
that it's more difficult for some
Yeah,
things. Yeah.
yeah, like just like try to know what you're getting into, I guess. Sorry if I got you off there.
Yeah. Any other things before we move on?
I always prefer to start with easy to learn mechanics. Yeah, but you're coming at it from like an experienced runner's point of view. Like you know like you're gonna learn both eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So like you may as well start with easy. But someone who's
Yeah.
just getting into Halo speedrunner thing and they want to run ledge, you know, they might not have that long-term viewpoint.
Yeah. I think now would be a good time to say that once again, if you have any questions or anything, you can do !Q and ask your question, and it will be saved into a list, and we can probably get into questions like that when we have the time. Yeah, in
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess we are like in between topics now, right?
yeah.
So like, we can look at them. I don't. The is Sorix single? Yes. Untimed POA, easy cryo 2-part. Do we want to talk about that? I don't know if I want to talk about that.
I think
I mean, we can
there's
explain what it is at least for the
yeah.
people who might not know.
Basically, at the start of Halo CE on easy or normal difficulties, uh, like we don't start the timer right when like you skip the introductory cutscene, but it starts while you're in the cryotube for a while. But for the speedrun time itself, we don't time it until you get out of it. So that's brought a bit of controversy in terms of whether or not that part should be timed in.
Yeah, yeah, because like peop people used to have the well, for a while people would like speed hack through it, right?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't part of the run, right? Or it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't timed. But then at some point there came a rule where you're not allowed to speed hack through it, but it's still not timed, which is a bit weird, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like not part of the run that's timed, but it's still part of the run somehow.
Yeah.
Like you're not allowed to go through it. So that's
Yeah.
the like controversy, I guess.
It's pretty annoying sometimes because, like, especially now with Sam Skip, which is like almost now getting used in full game runs now.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the most difficult tricks in CE, especially. Only done on easy, and you it's literally at the very start. So
Yeah.
people want to like skip through that entire like 30-ish second cutscene like at the
Is
start.
it really that long?
Yeah, it's pretty
30
long.
seconds.
because like
Oh
you,
yeah, it has the
yeah,
whole like talking.
yeah,
Yeah, I forget on
talking, and
easy,
then you
it's
have
not just a
to
cutscene.
like look
You have to like,
around.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like Arrival.
But yeah, like, should we time that section? Probably. I
Yeah,
think it might be a good idea to either like start timing it from earlier and just
yeah,
screw up the runs from history, but you know,
yeah.
it's
I think if we should, yeah, I think I agree with that too. Like either allow uh skipping through it or time it.
yeah.
Like the way it's right now is a bit weird.
Yeah, I
Which
think
of
there is
those?
some merit to
I don't
having it
know.
timed as well because MCC's timer starts like right when you skip the
Ah,
cutscene too, so that's like a factor. So
I don't know if I want if I agree with that. I don't know if I want to
yeah, I mean,
base
we
things
don't
off
use
MCC
we don't
timer.
use MCC timer for
I
CE at
remember,
all.
I remember when people were like arguing about some rules change, and people were like, "Well, MCC achievement only pops up if you do this and this, so we should base our rules of that." Like,
Yeah,
no.
it's pretty annoying when that happens, especially like since MCC timer is just messed up. Like, I talked about it last week where the timer just doesn't appear sometimes because of like loading last checkpoint. It just
Oh
disappears.
yeah.
So
That's been a thing in Halo 3 forever.
yeah,
If you revert during like black bars, like when the screen goes in,
yeah,
the timer like disappears. If C gets big, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's a good point. When
yeah,
since ODST is IGT now, or like
yeah.
in-game timer,
Because
the pod is also the
yeah,
same as. That's true. It's the like
yeah.
same
There's a
thing on
lot of
ODST.
like really annoying shenanigans with just those specific sections.
Mm.
So I do think it's something that we should discuss overall,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
kind of hard.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't like discuss like
Like too
rules too
much.
much on
Yeah.
here. Yeah, it's a bit too controversial maybe.
Yeah. At
All
least
right.
not right now.
Yeah. The third topic, would HaloRuns consider to endorse a mobile app? For example, a game that's linked to Halo Speedrun. Game? Like a mobile game? Mobile like a mobile app for the site? No.
Yeah.
That's
Here's
just
like
way too much
we have
dev
the
time
website
for like
already. That's
zero
pretty good.
benefit. Like zero benefit for I don't know, hundreds
Mhm.
of hours of dev time. That's
Yeah.
not happening.
Like keep in mind we're
Uh
still pretty small of a community in comparison
yeah.
to like all the others.
But game? I mean, if someone wants to make a Halo Runs game, feel free. Or Halo Games mobile game. That would be
HaloRuns
kind of
fantasy
cool.
team.
We can put it on extras. I
Okay.
mean, mobile games are like top of the speedrun.com right now.
Yeah.
Well, they were for a while, like Subway
They
Surfers and
still
stuff.
are. I think
Yeah,
they
yeah.
still are.
Mobile games are hot.
Yeah, feel free to,
We need
David.
to get on that.
Yeah, because like I felt free to, do this kind of thing, so now we're doing it with the podcast, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Uh, Speedrunners had notable accomplishments.
I saw you ask about Jervalen earlier. Jervalen, yeah, he's been pretty solid for like
Yeah, he's
way
done a
back
lot
then.
of well, non-speedrunning
Hmm.
accomplishments. Yeah,
Yeah,
mainly. He used to be
pretty solid at Halo 2. Yeah.
yeah, he used to be like well, for a while he was
World
basically like
record
the
holder
top
for
yeah, H2A
H2A, like,
pre-patch.
yeah.
Pre-patch, for those who don't know, that means like before Swordflies got added back in.
Hmm. And yeah, we do have Twitter tweets for big accomplishments. Thanks to Goat Rope who's doing that nowadays, because our previous guy, poor Jangus, it's been
Yeah.
a while. Yeah.
I guess we can move on to the next topic though. Speedrun progression.
Yeah.
So I don't know how like. So this is like kind of how I feel. I think the way like speedruns progress over time is like one of the most interesting things I've seen. Like speedrunning for like 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
The way speedruns like progress, like skill, um, how should I say this? Like skill level, the average like skill level increasing, I guess, and just like standards increasing over time, and the fact that like a time that was a top time like a few years ago, people would just come in and get instantly or like very quickly or very easily, and it'll just be like a completely new standard. I guess that's
Yeah.
kind of like the topic.
Yeah. It's like how have speedruns progressed over time from like optimization of a standpoint, from like tricks, how runners have approached things and stuff. It's really impressive to see like the growth of just Halo speedruns in general.
Yeah, and I said this earlier, but like for Halo specifically, MCC PC was like also a big part of this. Like not
Yeah.
just like the more accessibility, more runners, like arguably more more precise like input methods, higher frame rates, all that stuff, um, and probably the biggest thing, tools like checkpoint trainers and being able to look at triggers and things like that more easily.
Yeah. In particular, like what parts do you think were like the most impressive in terms of how speedruns have optimized like to
Like
nowadays?
like
Yeah.
a specific level or
Uh, I guess we could talk about specific levels, specific games where like speedruns you felt became a lot more optimized.
yeah. So like it kind of depended on the game, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
when MCC PC came out, like Halo 2, I remember. Um, I guess just the fact that all the runners were already like using controller, like it wasn't like a big change.
Mm-hmm.
So things didn't really change much for Halo 2 when PC came out. But Halo 3 and ODST and Reach, uh, I think Reach especially was probably like the biggest one. Like Reach, I think the biggest thing was just more players. Like
Yeah,
Reach got so many new players when PC came out. It went from like three active players like Pedro, Jack,
and Wolfie. Yeah,
and Wolfie to
yeah.
like
To like everyone. There's so many people
yeah
nowadays.
yeah
Yeah, there's like just the speedrunning boom from MCC coming to PC just brought in so many runners, and yeah, I think that's definitely the biggest part about it.
mm. It's just more people. I don't know what do you think it is like what causes speedruns to like you look back at like a
Mm-hmm.
time you got like a few years back, right? Or like when you first got into wow, that was like a really good time. And then a few years pass and like it seems like nothing's changed. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no new strats. But still the time has gone like way lower. Do you think it's just do you think it's just people's standards get higher, like people get better? Or do you think it's like more like micro optimizations and like the game like being solved, like people just like understand the game better? What do you think
Yeah,
is like the biggest thing?
I, like they do all like kind of combine with each other. It's like runs
Yeah,
over time they get more optimized and stuff. I
yeah, it
think
is
the
kind of like a
yeah
bunch of like tiny things that
yeah
you don't realize happen, but then over time they add up to like so much, right?
yeah I think definitely the biggest part is like the game gets figured out a lot more. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that like when you that happens, then you're able to start optimizing from there. Yeah,
Mm.
so when you figure out how to do a trick, it's like, okay, you found out how to do this speedrun trick. Now all you have to do is put it into practice and put time into it, and when you put time into it, you get it more optimized. So,
Yeah. It's also just like back in the day, maybe like one person knew how to do this trick consistently, and like people didn't really understand it. But then over time,
mhm.
like the knowledge just it gets like uh more concrete and like simplified, and people just like it's just do this, do that, and it's people just like understand it at a core level better. So it just makes it like so much easier
Yeah,
to
like
take in and learn, I think.
like all the small details about difficult tricks like gets
Mm.
figured out and like eventually become a lot more consistent. And yeah, but I think another part is like a lot of the games, in fact I think all of the games, have had major advances too in just a trick development
Yeah.
standpoint.
Yeah.
And that's also pretty big of a deal because some tricks became a lot easier to do because of new tricks being found, and then some
Yeah.
tricks are like harder. But
Yeah. That's
yeah.
that's a huge thing, is like consistency, right?
Hmm.
Like that's you always think of like, oh, this trick I found, this optimization got found, saved a second.
Hmm.
But like arguably as important or more important is like, oh, people found a way to do this, and it removes one input, which makes it a bit easier, and like you're way less likely to fail it or something.
Yeah,
Like
it's like
that's also just so important.
yeah, like I could say it for stair skip. Yeah, stair skip is a great example for POA on Halo CE because basically in the stair section, if people don't know, you can skip the entire like stair section of POA, and it is done by doing some pretty precise teleports. And back then, when Burnt was developing the trick, it required so many frame perfect, like pixel precise kind of lineups and stuff. And I think I was the first one to do it in a run. And it required like the lineup that I used way back then required two like perfect lineups, and you had to
Yeah.
do like two one tick inputs and like a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that was like so stupidly precise that it
Yeah.
was incredibly like lucky that I landed it.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah. So like
nowadays it's like so free, like
mm,
because people figured out, oh, this doesn't have to be super precise. Oh,
mhm.
you don't have to do this extra one tick input. You can walk on these portions of the level, and yeah, it just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, and all that consistency, all that like making things easier paves the way for like other optimizations, right? Like you can implement other hard stuff too.
Yeah. Like that's kind of why like the people that are the first to try a trick and actually accomplish it, I think it's like a big part of that because it proves that something can be done. And just having someone be able to do a trick makes it so that other people are like, hey, if this person can do it, maybe I can do it. And then they try it, and then more people come in and try optimizing the trick and figure out their own methods. And that's how it gets better.
Boo. Just saying, boo.
Yeah,
This guy.
Bull. Oh boy. Bull is like
Best run, best world record on HaloRuns ever.
yeah.
Up there with Nagato's 5 something storm,
Yeah.
which is the first one. The one I'm talking about is the first storm with Scarab Skip. By the way, if you don't people don't know, back then when that got found, that used a DC clip. Mongoose clip didn't get found until like 3 or 4 years later.
Yeah, that's like a
Even though
good
it seems so
example. Yeah.
simple.
It's like
Yeah.
Mongoose clip is so free now, yeah. But
Yeah.
when you compare
Yeah.
it to like way back then, it's like, oh, people used to do a DC clip, and DC
Yeah.
clips are
Yeah.
difficult. They're really
Yeah. And you
difficult.
had to get a DC drop.
Yeah. It's like difficult, more RNG, and that's all gone because like stuff has been found that made the game a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like a big thing though.
Mhm.
I think the more interesting part of this topic is like the small adding up of stuff like
Yeah,
that
like
you don't
just
realize.
standard gameplay that people do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it comes down to like decision making and figuring out uh, ways to optimize combat, for instance, like super
Mm.
precisely. Like if you've seen TNR on Halo CE
Mm.
or Legendary, you see they do very specific like things now that are basically everyone's copying their same uh, way to kill
Yeah, like
enemies now.
yeah, everyone's like doing combat the same now basically.
Hmm.
Like even the combat is figured out. Like you kill this grunt and then you overcharge this elite and you do it in this order and it basically plays out, almost the same every time. They're gonna
Hmm.
strafe a bit different, but for the most part, like it's gonna play out pretty similarly every time.
Yeah. And I think like back then, for instance, it was like, yeah, just clear this room, kill these enemies or something.
Yeah.
And it's like pretty freeform on how to approach it. But it's
Mm.
like the game is becoming more solved in that regard.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. The nerdy time saves, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Skyrim,
Hmm.
thinking about this, because a lot of the time save, like if you compare it like my run is like a minute slower than the world record.
Hmm.
All the big tricks are in the beginning, and I'm only I think like 20 seconds behind the world record
Hmm.
in the from the early game. Like after I've done all the hard tricks. And then the rest of the game is like super simple. It's just dialogue and
Just
uh,
pressing
fast
inputs.
traveling all
Yeah.
over the place and just like easy stuff. But I
Hmm.
still lose 40 seconds in that all that time to like micro stuff,
Yeah.
and all that stuff just adds up so much and you don't realize.
Yeah. It's like all the very small like details you just miss as like a runner. Like
Mm.
if you've seen world record runs and then try to compare them to other times, it's like,
Mm.
how is this run like so much slower or so much
Yeah.
faster? And
Like
it's all the time. It's like the smallest things that you don't
yeah.
realize.
Yeah, so often you'll see a world record run and have like a big like obvious mistake, like it'll fail this trick. Let's say it lost like 3 seconds or something, and you're like, oh, that's so easy to beat. That's so beatable. But what you don't realize is like 50 different like tiny things went absolutely perfect in that run, and it like more than made up for the big loss, and so it's still really hard to beat, even though it looks like in your head it's like, oh, that run sucked. I feel that thing.
Yeah.
Like I should never feel that.
It's definitely a mentality thing too. It's like you fail a trick, but like and you lose so much time and then you still PB and you're
Yeah.
thinking, "Oh, this run was so bad." But you
Yeah.
still PB'd because like everything else about your run, like maybe you figured out like a certain combat section or something and you didn't die there, and that's like a big part where you just
Yeah.
improved on other stuff that seems insignificant, and then in the end it's a big deal.
Yeah, that's what I call tactical time loss, by the way.
Yeah.
When you make like a really stupid mistake or like fail a big thing, and
Mhm.
it's just like, oh, you just have the mentality the rest of the run, oh, this
Yeah.
run sucks, and you just don't get nervous anymore, like you
Mhm.
don't care about it.
Yeah.
But then it's actually good.
Yeah, it's definitely a factor too with I think a lot of people have become a lot better as well in terms of just gameplay. I think
Yeah.
that's like a big
Yeah,
deal
I
as
mean,
well.
you can't really ignore that, right? Like,
Mhm.
obviously, like that's gonna happen, but
Yeah.
the rate at which it happens is like pretty impressive.
Hmm.
Like, new guy comes in, sets a new standard, and then it takes a while for everyone to catch up, and then everyone catches up, and then that's new standard, and it's like everyone's just better now, and then that just happens over and over. It's really like cool. It's just really cool to see,
Yeah.
and like really interesting to me.
It's like Garish, for instance. He set the standard for CE for the longest time, and then Cambit comes in and starts taking like every single record, and now he's
Yeah,
the new standard. It's
yeah,
kind of like that. Like just new runner comes in and then breaks the entire like game open, and now there's not only just Cambit. There's like another 3 runners that are literally hanging it with him at the top. And Garish doesn't even have a full game trophy anymore. I mean, it's
Whoa!
insane.
Way to rub salt in the wounds, dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
like Garish is like definitely one of the best, yeah, of all time.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's
I mean,
just
we gassed Garish up big time earlier.
it's
we
so
can shit on him a
impressive
bit.
though that he's been like on there for 6 years, like
Yeah.
6 years holding world record. Like my entire
I think more
speedrun
than
career.
6 years.
Like he was there as world record for my entire speedrun career until Gambit came, which is such a long time.
Yeah. Garish definitely one of the goats.
Yeah, I mean, especially because he was the one that set all the standards, the one that found all, or not found, but like implemented all the tricks and runs.
The amount, oh my god, like the Garish, what do you call it? The Garish, like from the time Garish set the record to like when he lost the record. How much did it go down? Like over 15 minutes? Like the amount of tricks that got implemented in that time. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, he like learned all the tricks, and he's still like speedrunning now. It's like impressive to see. Like, especially for someone like me, I've been burnt out for like not even nearly as long of running as he has. So yeah. Any other speedruns in particular you think are?
Like any like specific run?
Yeah.
Or like specific level?
Yeah, for optimization, like, do you think is insane?
Covenant, actually, on Halo 3. Covenant Legendary, in particular. When I started, I think the record for that was like 11. Arc on easy, maybe. I would not say Arc on Legendary has been... Well, actually, Arc on Legendary too. But I guess Arc and Covenant. Both. I think when I started, I want to say the record for Covenant was 11:26 or 36. And pretty much nothing's been found. And the record's is it sub 10 now?
Is it?
I think Nails has sub 10.
I swear it is. So.
Yeah. No, Rockets has sub 10. Sorry.
Yeah.
9:58. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
basically nothing's been found. Like, the only change is we used to do the beach clear. Now, it was actually me that implemented. I think you just like YOLO the wraith grab, and it's basically the same as like a fast beach clear, and it just makes it was like pretty huge deal for that level actually, because the way it was in the past on Legendary, you would spend like 10 minutes getting a good beach clear, and then you would have a shot at the run. But now you just reset like 2 or 3 times, and you're in the wraith at like sub 30 seconds, and it's the same as like a pretty good beach clear.
Yeah.
So you just get way more runs.
But even
so that was a
like,
big thing.
It went down like over a minute, from just like the same strats, which I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
I took it down like to sub 11, like 1050 or 1049, and then since then I don't know where the 50 seconds has come from, but
it's like a magic 50 seconds. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like you think 50 seconds, you think, oh, a new trick must have been found, sort of thing, but in reality, it's a lot of optimization. I think it's like Gravemind is a great example as well.
True, yeah.
So, like, after Prison Skip, I think people used to be going for, like, I don't even know what time was considered good back then for Gravemind.
I mean,
but
the 605 by Cryfun on Halo 2 Classic was a pretty... That was like a staple. That was like one of the best records in Halo 2 at the time. I don't know what it is on Classic now. I want to say it's 530 or 540 something. And there's been like a few things found.
No, it's
550.
Yeah.
But still 15 seconds faster. Which is actually thinking about it, I think 10. What is the thing at the start saying? Save, I think 10 seconds or
Yeah,
something.
the
I guess
double
that's only gone
plasma
down like
grenade
5
things.
seconds.
Yeah.
But
Was
the
it-
MCC record is insane.
Yeah, like legendary MCC in particular for
True,
Halo
yeah.
2. Like, I think a good
Yeah,
time
I
back
wasn't
then.
even thinking of legendary. Yeah, legendary is like way more insane.
Yeah, like back then, like 10 minutes was like insane for like a grave mine back then.
Well, I
Like,
want to say I'm gonna like not to be like that, but everyone kind of knew back then the
mhm,
record was shit.
yeah,
It's just that no one really wanted to grind it, especially on
mhm,
classic, because on classic you would always just do infinite camera glitch in full game.
yeah,
And since like 90% of runners just care about full game, there's no point in like learning it, you know,
yeah.
without infinite
It's
camera glitch.
definitely an IL versus full game shenanigan.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even then, it's like when Nails was grinding it, he had like an 830, and now the record's a 730.
Yeah.
It's like all the same strats. It's just people get better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to see. Arc is another one of those. A sub 10 on easy was like insane back in the day.
Yeah, and
And
now
now
it's
it's
like a
sub 9.
930. Like,
Yeah.
like
No, and it's sub
sub
9
9.
now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember getting like the 930 ranges early. Like it was around there back then, and now it's sub 9. So
Yeah. And Arc legendary. When I started, the record was 12 or no 1250 something.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Uh, and well, technically, I think there was a unuploaded 1206 back then. That was pretty good for the time. But then, Tankless got found, right? And that's like, I think like I don't know how much, like 40 seconds, maybe
yeah.
50 seconds.
But even
But
now,
the record's gone down like over 2 minutes since.
Mhm.
So no, not over 2 minutes. Over a minute, I mean.
Yeah.
So it's still been quite huge.
I also do think Reach is like pretty impressive too. You have stuff like Package and Pillar of Autumn that like
Oh
have
yeah,
been just
yeah,
completely broken open. And then you have stuff like New Alexandria where like the main difference is diagonal flying now, but even
true.
that like people it's not just getting lucky anymore. You have to
Yeah.
also play really well to get that sort
Yeah,
of
I mean,
time.
Aura's time already had perfect RNG like
Hmm.
fucking 8 years ago or whatever, whenever he said that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Rex 8 640 was like
Yeah,
no one would beat that. That was like this like thought of at the time, and now the
yeah,
record is way faster. It's a 618 by Dice. Like that's
yeah.
20 seconds, 22 seconds.
It does have the what's it called
Uh, Jammer skip.
the yeah jammer skip, right?
Yeah,
That's one new thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like it just really impressive nowadays how different runs have gotten.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dead Rain Pocket 1204, that's what I was thinking of. Dark. Which was like 40 seconds faster than the on-site record. It's pretty
boy.
insane. But I think History beat it. I think History beat it eventually, which he also didn't upload because History never uploaded ILs.
Mhm.
So he uploaded it on Nico. It's the only way. The History's ILs, they were all on Nico back in the day. That's the only way
Yeah.
you could see them.
Ooh. Another thing is Halo 4. Or
Oh yeah, Halo 4 has gone down
yeah. Like
a ton as well.
because back then it was Corey pretty much just optimizing those records. And
Yeah.
then like it was thought no one would like touch Corey's times for a while. And then nowadays with a lot more Halo 4 runners coming in, like it's like gone down so much. Like 5 minutes now actually since Corey's easy record.
Yeah.
Like hard now 107. Jeez. Like, that's insane, dude. Like, I
Yeah,
saw
Hark has
Maury's...
been like a
Yeah,
big driving force of
yeah,
like improving Halo speedruns, right?
yeah,
But in terms of finding new tricks mostly.
yeah.
But
But,
also
yeah.
optimizations, but he's more so known
Yeah.
for like
I
the
think
big stuff.
Eggplant's Legendary is a good example of optimization. It's now 116. I think it can
Yeah.
still go down. And no, Eggplant wants it to go down more. But still, it's really
Yeah, I think
impressive.
he's had some like really tragic chokes that could be
Yeah.
like way faster.
Yeah. Okay. Once again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to do !Q in the chat
Yeah,
with your
questions
question.
or like if you have a topic as well.
Yeah. Every ODST IL is really optimized right now. Yeah, I think nowadays, like,
I
ILs
mean,
are super
yeah,
optimized.
like every IL on HaloRuns is optimized. Like
What?
back in the day
Mhm.
when I started, there were like, quote unquote free ILs.
Yeah.
That's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely just standards have risen for, like, every single game. I guess Halo 2 Classic still might be free because, like, there's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
as many runners for that game. I do
I
think, like, because Zoo is
they're nowhere
starting
near
to
as
get into
free
it.
as back
Yeah,
in the day though.
yeah.
Even classic.
Mhm.
But
Like,
yeah, they're
nowadays,
probably
it's,
the
like,
easiest
impossible
mini
to
game.
get a trophy. It's really difficult, at least, to
Yeah.
get trophy times.
Especially in most ILs, some ILs have like pretty empty at the top, but
Mhm.
in full game, getting a full game trophy in any game,
Yeah, it's...
that's really tough, difficult.
Yeah.
I guess should we move on to the
Yeah.
last topic maybe?
Okay. World record culture. So we're going to discuss uh what, like, there's a standard about world records being the thing you have to go for speedrunning, and we just want to discuss that topic.
Yeah, and I guess more so just the focus on world records, like
Mhm.
how like yeah, just like how focused people tend to be about like that it's what speedrunning is about. Like if you see a YouTube video about speedrunning, it's always about like some world record or something like that.
Yeah. It's
Usually.
always the world record progression, the, like, most insane speedrun ever, or like the world record explain videos and stuff. It's always like that.
Yeah. And I guess there's like in essence like world records are interesting obviously.
Mhm.
Like it's world records are like a culmination of knowledge and just like long time knowledge from like different people and just skill in one person who's like grinded something out. Like it is interesting. It's just like should like so much focus be put on it, I guess.
I think instead of more focus being, or changing the amount of focus for that, I think putting more focus on some other aspects of the community would be
Mm.
probably a better idea. Like, for instance, trick finders, I think, are
Mm.
very underrated often. It's like
Yeah.
the people that spend a lot of time finding the strategies for the world record holders, like, they get pretty overlooked sometimes.
Yeah, it's like different, like an outsider perspective,
Mhm.
I guess, like the whole world record thing. Like an outsider just sees the world record, but the speedrunners who's actually involved in a community, it's all about the community, right? It's all about like the friends we
Yeah,
make along the way.
yeah.
Like for most people, they don't speedrun just because they want to get a world record or just
Mhm.
because they want to compete. What keeps them speedrunning is like the people in the community, and yeah,
Yeah.
just the whole thing.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you don't realize. Like, for instance, GDQ, yeah? A lot of times people that run at GDQ often just go there to meet with their friends and
Yeah,
stuff, the
yeah. It's just an
members of the
excuse
community.
to meet
Yeah.
people. Yeah,
So that's like the entire point of those events is just to like one, raise money for a good cause, and two, like it's a fun event for people to participate in. Like a lot of times people aren't like going into GDQ for the clout. I mean, sure, you go for the clout, you're not really gonna get too much, if any.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a 1 in 100 chance that you
Mm-hmm.
might blow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, there's been success stories like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like I know Illumina, like the
Yeah.
Minecraft runner, like that was a
Yeah.
big thing.
He
And you
blew
know,
up a
there's
lot.
there's
Mm-hmm.
been a few people who's like gotten big off GDQ,
Yeah.
but that's like very rare nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
especially.
Yeah, basically, it's a lot more community focused, I think, for just why people speedrun or keep
Yeah.
speedrunning. And I definitely think that's like something that we should put more focus on is the people that make up the community rather than just the world records. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing, like not just like community, but how should I say this? Like the what motivates people, I guess. Like I would say, well, I know you're like fairly competitive person.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
you like seeing, you know, beating this person
Competitions
time, or
and
like
yeah.
yeah, you like competition. I think me personally and a lot of other speedrunners aren't really that competitive.
Yeah.
Like I keep speedrunning for like the community. Like that's the biggest thing, just the people I've met keeps me going. That's what, like, you know, you see someone do something and it motivates you maybe. But also just like self-improvement.
Hmm.
Like how far can I take this thing? It's like a big thing. Like I don't think most, well, maybe I'd be interested in knowing, I guess, like
Hmm.
how competitive are like a lot of speedrunners, because I feel like I'm not that competitive.
Yeah, it's definitely a person by person thing. Like I'm very naturally competitive as a person. Like whenever I do something I want to like try to be the best at whatever I'm doing. So, yeah, that is sometimes like good, sometimes bad because it's bad because you can get like too much into your head on, oh, I can't get this sort of time, and it's pretty like frustrating in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
regard. And then there's some people who can just casually go in and be like, yeah, I just want to speedrun for fun. And of
yeah,
course, there's like merits to both sides. Like, you can continue grinding for world records, you can get into speedrunning for the community. Like, I'm a big proponent of just getting more people in the community and like having people enjoy their time. But
yeah,
yeah, sometimes personally, it's like I like doing it for the competition, and that's what I enjoy doing. And some people are different, so.
yeah. It is like almost
Mhm.
paradoxical. Like as an outsider, it seems like, oh, it's a competition, right?
Mhm.
Like seeing who gets the fastest time. But it's not really like that for the most part. Like it's a much more community driven thing.
Mhm.
Um, and you know, like all the, like we said earlier, like the YouTube stuff just kind of enforces that.
Yeah.
Or like the like public. I guess it's what gets views. Like that's why people do it. It's not. I mean, it's mostly like like actual speedrunners who make those videos and like public things. But yeah, I guess it's they make whatever gets views. So it's not really maybe their fault, but
Yeah. What was I gonna say? There was something I wanted to say about that. That shoot. Mm, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely just person to person a lot.
yeah. I think for me the biggest motivator is like just seeing someone else. Like it's so interesting. Like games will go through like dry periods and like rain seasons. Like,
Yeah.
like one person will like start running again, maybe get a few PB, and be like, someone else sees them streaming, and like, ooh, I want to do that, and then
Mhm.
another person gets into it, and it's like, then it's just like a domino effect. Like everyone starts running, everyone PBs, and it's just like a big high period, and then it kind of goes down again after a while.
Yeah.
Like
And
it's
it's
really
like in waves.
yeah,
So.
yeah. People like get motivated like through each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, SAS
Says-
return. Yeah, like, Halo 3 is gonna blow up again.
yeah.
Copium.
I think another part we could discuss with this is just big streamers for running Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have like the Zeus, the Garishes, the Maxlus when he was around for a lot. It's like
Yes. SAS
oftentimes,
now.
yeah, oftentimes people like just watch their favorite speedrunner and they're popular for having like super fast world record pace times all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool to see when like they get big like that. It just brings more people to the community and just yeah, has a lot more people trying out the runs.
Yeah. It's definitely like the like outsider,
Mm-hmm.
what do you call it? Like non speedrunners who are like interested in speedrunning
Mm-hmm.
definitely tend to like congregate together,
Mm-hmm.
like very focused on like some streamers, like some YouTube videos,
Mm-hmm.
and then just like the people who are like actually in the communities, they tend to like gravitate towards the like smaller streams, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
just natural. But like the viewers don't really see that. Like they don't see everyone. They
Yeah.
just see all the big stuff. And that
Yeah.
tends to be those people tend to be like the world record holders and stuff.
Yeah. It also like put it into perspective. It's like the some people that like there's the pace pals and stuff that come in just for the world record runs and stuff,
Yeah.
but you don't always see that when you're watching a video. It's like all the time they get every trick first try or something because they're
Yeah.
watching the video of the guy doing it,
Mm.
and people don't realize just how difficult it could be sometimes to just get those tricks done.
Yeah.
And then whenever anyone's on PB pace or world record pace, that's when all the viewers come in and try to
Yeah.
be like, I was here for world record.
Yeah. I mean, there's like it's understandable,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like there's there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
being a pace pal, like
Mm-hmm.
getting excited for like when someone's on good pace. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like when it's just about world record that
Yeah.
it's kind of like annoying to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Like a
like
good
when you see
example.
someone,
Yeah.
oh, your time's like 2 minutes slower than the world record, and you just PB. Like, why are you excited? Like, why do
Yeah.
you care?
Yeah. I was gonna say that.
Like,
Like for world record holders too, it's like, oh, just get another world record or something. Or like when someone beats your world record, it's like, hey, are you going to go for this world record
oh,
again? That's the
the most
worst.
annoying thing
That's the
ever. Yeah,
worst.
yeah. That comes back to the whole competitiveness thing. I think
Mm-hmm.
like people think speedrunning is like super competitive. Like everyone
Mm-hmm.
just wants to beat each other.
Yeah.
When we're all just friends, really.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's a big part of like the moist critical challenge too, because money's on the line for that. Yeah, and when money's on the line, things get toxic. And there's
Yeah.
some, especially viewers of some people, would go to
Mm.
other people's chats and be like, haha, this guy beat your record.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I was thinking of that
Mm-hmm.
exact same thing, Nerby. Yeah, how has that been actually? That could be an interesting topic maybe, because you're for the people who don't know, Chronos has been like moderating for the Moist Critical Challenge stuff
Mm-hmm.
lately.
Yeah, so right now we're just in the middle of like a standstill waiting for Voice Critical Charlie to choose in the next game. The
Yeah,
video's
yeah.
basically
What is
done.
it? Once a month or every other month or what is it?
The plan was once a month. We'll see how it goes because it's been a bit longer than that for now,
Yeah,
but it's fine.
yeah. I was gonna say I feel like it's been a while. since the other one.
But either way, it's like a big part about that challenge is getting the world records and getting the top times. And then you
Yeah.
have some people that are toxic about just other people getting records when their favorite streamer or favorite runner isn't getting it. And
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the viewers for that, that's the whole.
Mhm.
That's the whole perspective, like,
Yeah.
right? Like they want to see the world record,
Mhm.
like who's gonna have it by the end. But
Mhm.
the really big one, like the Amok runner, like that
Mhm.
blew up so much. Like like so many speedrunners from like so many different communities came together, and like the truth is, like the vast majority of them weren't doing it because they wanted to win the 10K. It was just like, wow, everyone's running this. I want to be part of it.
Mhm. And yeah,
Like,
that's like definitely a big part. In fact, some of the runners, like the runners themselves communicating with each other, they're like really good friends with each other because that's
yeah,
what speedrunners, especially at the top, like all the speedrunners generally are pretty friendly towards each other.
yeah.
And
It's like you
like
you go through hell together.
yeah.
It's
But
like you
then
know you know how
like
much
you
grinding
understand the
this took.
experience, yeah.
Yeah, you
But
understand each
it's
other.
like the viewers of those runners, like they're generally pretty toxic.
Mm.
That's what I find. It's like because people just want their favorite runner to win, and whenever someone else that is not their favorite runner is doing well, then they don't like support it or anything.
By the way, we're not talking about any of the people in the stream right now. Like you
Yeah.
guys are all like
Yeah.
super nice. Don't leave.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just something to like take into perspective is just sometimes that's just what the world record culture is like, where people just want to see the world record, they want their favorite person to get the world record, they don't care about others or any other parts of the run.
Mm.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the topic. I feel like we covered it.
Yeah.
Any like any questions or topics from chats? Because we've been going for quite a while now, an hour and a half, or
Hour 20, yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
because that 1 hour and a half
Yeah.
includes the starting soon. Yeah, I mean we can keep going,
Yeah.
but
We'll keep going as long as we have stuff to talk about, basically.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, if anyone has any questions, topics, anything, you can do !Q in chat with your question
Yeah.
or anything
Or just
else.
ask it in chat. I
Yeah,
mean,
you can ask
we're
it
like
as well.
reading chat now
Yeah.
anyway.
Cutest
The
HaloRuns.
exclamation mark Q thing is mostly for like
Yeah,
if we're
for
talking about something at the moment, I guess.
what's the next segmented? Hopefully Reach. I want Reach
Yeah.
segmented. It's been
It's
so
I think
long
it's
for
gonna be
Reach.
Reach, yeah.
Uh,
Cutest HaloRuns runner, Chronos. Ooh.
Sorix.
Ooh, is it getting hot in here? Or is it just me?
Yeah, like I know Reach segments, it has a lot of ideas and stuff in the works. It's just that it's difficult for like some runners because it is time consuming to do the segmented project. Like I don't know if you guys have heard on how long Burnt has taken for some tricks in particular for CE segmented, but like one Banshee teleport took Burnt a full week. Just that one teleport to land.
Yeah.
So think about that in perspective, and that was just one part. Not even like one level, it's one section of a level that was only like 5 seconds long or something.
Yeah. And it saved like half a second maybe.
Yeah. It like it's insane how like what lengths people go to for that small amount of time.
Yeah. It's just when people are in the segmented mindset, right? Like it doesn't matter if this is gonna take me a week or a month. Like I have to do it because it's segmented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some
With
Halo
some Halo
games,
games, yeah,
ever
different
have
categories. Halo is like not a good game for like 100% in Halo. Like it kind of sucks. Like it barely has collectibles. It's like a very linear game. It's just like not that good of a game for like having different categories. I feel like. But what do you think?
Like, I think MST is a decent one. Yeah, like sure,
Yeah.
collecting collectibles, but the thing is, it kind of doesn't change the game much. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest reason why other categories in Halo aren't too popular. It's like,
Mm.
how much does it change gameplay to a standard speed run? How much more interesting is it to do? Because like Hunter percent is a good example. Like AOTCR Hunter percent in CE was
Yeah.
kind of fun because it changed the route dramatically, but it's not popular or anything at all because what is it? You're just killing hunters.
Yeah, it's way too arbitrary. Like, in order for a category to be significantly different from just easy any percent or legendary any percent, whatever you want to call it, you have to make it so arbitrary, like no one's gonna care.
Yeah, and I think that's like a big part about extra categories in HaloRuns. It's like it's there for if you want to try running something else, but even then it's like it's not a big difference. Like Lasso is a good example where sure it's a different run and there are some different strats and stuff, but in the end it's basically the same game.
Yeah,
Like you
like
do
you're
like
going
90%
through
of
the
the same
same
tricks.
level in the same order.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the difficulty that's different. Lasso is probably like the biggest like change, I guess,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That it's not like super arbitrary.
Yeah, it's like
But
skulls
the
and
prob
aggro. Yeah.
yeah. The problem is it sucks and no one likes Lasso. So no one
Oh,
cares.
there's a lot of questions now. We need burnt randomizer runs. Yeah, burnt's randomizer is really good. I do hope more people try using it. It's just that in the end, it's still the same level, the same kind of
Yeah.
tricks you
The
can do.
enemy randomizer is was really fun. I
Yeah.
really need to do another run of that. I
Mhm.
only did that like once or twice.
Yeah. I think it's just a novelty can wear off really quickly, and especially since it's more of a for fun thing, you might just do it once or something. So yeah, I think if you have randomizers for more games, it would become interesting to just do stuff with. But
Yeah, I mean randomizer we should say can like that can never be like a category really because
Yeah.
it's I mean that's never a thing you have a leaderboard on. But
because
it's a thing you can race on. You can
Mhm.
race it because
Yeah.
you can have the same seed. But
I do think races would be really cool for those categories. Like we should have more races, I think, in just general for fun. And like fun races like that would be really cool. But
that's
just
a
randomizers in general, yeah.
interesting topic actually. Why is it so hard to get people to race? Do people actually like races or do they just like the idea of races?
I think it's dependent on some shenanigans. Because like what is it? Because CE or not CE, just Halo games in general just are linear, it's not as fun to race in a way. I think it's
What do
also
you mean?
just well, I think there's like no big differences in each other's runs, and you're just playing the same game as if you were doing a standard speed run.
Yeah. Unlike like a bingo
Yeah,
race or something like that.
yeah. I was thinking about doing a bingo race, like just for fun, but
Yeah, bingo could be super
bingo could be
fun.
cool.
You just need someone to like make good bingo boards,
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah, I think that's a good example. Is people like races until they lose time, they lose their run, and when they lose their run, it's like I don't care, I give up.
Yeah. Like let's reset.
Yeah.
I think it depends a lot on like the length of the run because I've been playing a lot of Mirror's Edge recently,
Mm-hmm.
and racing that is really fun because it's like a 30-minute run.
Mm-hmm.
There's barely any auto scrollers, and yeah, if you lose a lot of time, like it's over quickly anyway.
Yeah.
But if you're racing like Halo 2, that's an hour and a half of your life and 20 minutes of auto scores you're gonna have to sit there.
Like, it also works in reverse. If it's like a very, very long run, it's like, oh, you missed something, sure, you can just make up the time, like later on or something.
True.
So, yeah, I think it's like just the perfect time amount where it's like too long to be like fun in terms of like if something really goes wrong, and then like if it's like not long enough to have your ability to come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also do think it's like a time and time zone sort of thing. Some people just can't commit to a certain time. It's also like planning around stuff like that is weird. Like if someone were to organize a race or something, that would be like bring in more people for it for sure.
I wish I was there for like the SRL era.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, Speedruns Live. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
like way
We can
back
like
then. Or
explain
I guess
it. It was like a site for like organizing and like keeping track of like race times basically.
yeah.
And it was like pretty popular back in the day.
You would have like Mario races or Link race or Legend of Zelda races and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, like basically like leaderboards of like race times and stuff all there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's also racing is also sometimes just like a limitation of how big is the community. Like you want like a good amount of people. Otherwise, like the more people, the more fun a race is for the most part. Like until a certain point, maybe. But if you just have like two or three people, it's
not
a lot. It's not that great. But like if you have 8 people, like that's pretty. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't miss this.
Yeah, I think something to bring up though is back then we did have races and tournaments and stuff, yeah. And there were a lot of people that took part in those when it was actually organized and stuff. I think nowadays the main issue is we don't have anyone organizing big races or anything.
Yeah.
Like there's just the relays and stuff.
Yeah, relays are so good too because I think they don't come around. The part of the reason why they're so hype is because they don't come around very often. So like, it's people take it seriously.
Speaking of which, we should start planning for the next relay race.
Oh yeah.
It's March. I think we still have quite a while, but still.
I don't remember. Was the last? It's easy. Is it easy in the summer?
Easy summer.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think summer's way more popular for runners, so that'll be cool. Team captains.
I really want reverse order. By the way, I'm just gonna say, like, can we please get reverse order? It would be so hype. Who's down? Type 1 in chat if you're down for reverse order in the next relay. Like infinite first, then 5, then 4, and so on.
The team captains for relay teams. I don't know about that.
I see 4. Oh, I see 5 once. It's confirmed. We're doing reverse order.
Let's go. I want CE to be the one to finish or something, you know? It's like all the time. It's like reach your CE first, and then like poor Halo 5 at the end, and now it's infinite. At least Halo 5's no longer last, but yeah, poor David.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't, because it's just gotten longer, I guess. So David still has to get to it. But David could do it. David would be like so happy. He could do his run at like 3 p.m. He wouldn't have to.
He's been staying up till like 1, 2 in the morning just to do the relay race.
Yeah.
Biggest trooper.
Bool ever relay. That is like a curse at this point, isn't it? Someone like always fails Bool somehow, even though everyone's so consistent at Bool nowadays.
Yeah, it's insane.
Somehow it's like cursed in relays.
I mean, are there any other things that have been cursed in relays? Because I know Bull has been because of just shenanigans. I like
Yeah.
even the last night's CE race between Sloth and Nervy. Poor Sloth had like went inbounds on 2 betrayals.
Mm.
So that was unfortunate. Like if anyone hasn't checked it out, the what is it, shots fired marathon happened last night. Lots of Halo
Oh
runs
yeah, I missed
happened there,
that.
so
I need to rewatch that actually.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Like the CE
Yeah.
runs were actually really incredible. So yeah.
Yeah, I was what you have said. The CE runners on Bull as the last game. It's gonna be even more cursed.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Like what other games have had very unfortunate things in their
Well, someone
runs?
said Gondola, Halo 2
Yeah,
Gondola.
Halo 2
I can
Gauntlet.
just think of the BBK thing. I don't know if
Yeah.
there's something else.
Max Lose and
Oh yeah, Max Lu as well.
Max Lou had a bad one. I think there was definitely some other ones. Like I'm pretty sure there was definitely a lot more. I'm
There was
thinking
a
Swordfly at
relay.
QZ Gondola.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I
Uh,
think Aster missed it twice.
yeah.
That was pretty cursed.
Halo 3. I don't think any like there was just the Arc Scarab board once, but I don't know if it happened again. I think Cortana's
Ooh,
pretty cursed though in Halo 3.
Cortana.
Is it Cortana? I mean I'm pretty sure there's some levels.
I mean, there's Ark. There's the Sasquatch
Yeah.
award moment on Ark. Narvi wants to do Halo 3 this time in the relay, apparently.
Yeah, that's hype.
That's interesting. That's pretty
We'll
hype.
see you grind for it, Nervy.
Yeah, we'll have to grind for it probably.
Nervy's 9th on
Well,
the
I guess that
leaderboard
it
right
depends
now
how
for
many
Halo 3.
how many teams and who submits,
Yeah.
but
Nervy's pretty good at Halo 3 now.
yeah.
What was I gonna say? Dawn Skip? Oh yeah, Dawn Skip for Halo 4 is no longer going to be cursed.
Oh,
Let's go.
true. Yeah. Oh, that was such a big. We could have mentioned that earlier when we were talking about like
Optimizations.
speed. Yeah, and progression. Dawn skip. That
Yeah.
it's just like, well, maybe not free, but it's like very consistent now.
Yeah, before.
Like you don't have to reset on dawn anymore for
Yeah.
20 minutes before you can do a run.
Yeah, just the new nade jump just being so free and not relying on just random explosion RNG with your boxes and stuff being so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just one standard nade jump and you're through.
Yep.
No more.
It's just solved now.
Yeah. And it's faster too. Like just a little bit faster, but it's still faster.
Yeah. Early Pelican on Sierra. That's definitely been so many times I've seen.
Yeah.
And it's such a big time. It loses like 2 minutes guaranteed.
Yeah.
Unless you have the checkpoint, I guess. And it's so easy to fail as well. It's one of those tricks, like, it's so easy, but at the same time, it's so easy to miss. Right?
Yeah, I think that's
Just one
something
slip of the finger.
to keep in mind too. It's like some tricks are like so easy that you just don't end up practicing or thinking about them, but then when it comes to doing it in a run and like the pressure is high, it's like, oh
Yeah.
shoot. Something
Yeah, and you like overthink
Yeah.
it. You're like, you don't think about it normally, and you're like, oh, I can't miss this. I have to do it. And then you
Especially
end up thinking about
early
it,
on.
and it actually...
Like, I
Yeah,
think tricks early on are very, like, scary, because when you fail one trick early on, that's going to set the mood for the rest of the run. That's
Yeah.
my opinion. So if you
True.
fail, like, something really early on, it just puts you at a bad mindset for the rest of the game, and that's
True.
bad.
Yeah.
Especially for races and stuff, so...
Go through Pelican. Storm is another level that
Ooh,
tends to have some memes.
Yeah, but I think storm memes are generally, like, not entirely the fault of the runner. It's, like, sometimes...
Sometimes, but people like
yeah.
the game. People like to blame the game more than they
Yeah,
should.
I think that's something funny to talk about too. It's like a lot of times people blame RNG, for
Yeah.
whatever goes wrong in their run, but 90% of the time they're just talking about me.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's guilty of it,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
somewhat, some more than others.
Yeah.
I won't mention any names, but
Yeah. I know I'm pretty guilty of it myself, but sometimes it just is better to blame the game when
yeah,
like things
it's
go
just
wrong.
easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's literally nothing I could have
Yeah.
done.
Like I say it a lot, but in reality, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm dumb. Why did I do this?
Yeah.
It's like it's definitely a mentality thing. Just like in the moment, it's like this is so stupid. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
I try not to do it. I think
Mhm.
I don't do it that much, but I just like quietly get frustrated instead mostly.
Yeah.
I did do my first proper desk slam earlier, or like recently.
Oof.
It's pretty big movement.
Yeah.
Zoo would be proud.
Yeah. I guess something in terms of just getting into speedrunning is mentality wise. Like, you have to be able to put in the time and not get frustrated on some tricks when you're learning them as well. And
Yeah.
that's something that a lot of beginner runners might be mistaken about. It's like they try a trick like a few times and then it's like this trick's impossible. And then they just never try it again. But in reality, it's just that they need to put in more time or learn the right way.
Sometimes I feel like it's almost the opposite even.
Mhm.
If like an experienced runner who's like good at a game or like they've learned a game and then they go to somewhere else and then they have like way too high standards
Mhm.
because they don't really like remember what it was like when they were a noob when they were
Yeah,
learning.
it's that's also a factor. It's like when you're trying to learn a new game as an experienced runner, it's like, yeah, I can get a world record in this game like pretty easily, or like I could get like a solid time in this game.
Yeah.
And then when you start putting in the time, it's like, oh, this is difficult, more difficult than I thought. And then
Yeah.
this is like a lot more difficult, or
Yeah, because
things like that.
you're like starting over,
Mhm.
like because it's not like some parts. It depends how similar the games are, obviously. Like if you're just switching from one Halo game to another, some of the skills gonna carry over.
Mhm.
But if you're switching between like two completely different games, like what do you learn in one game might not apply at all to the
Mhm.
next one, right? And
Yeah.
so you're just like starting over completely, and it can be like really demotivating for some
Yeah.
people.
Especially if you're changing between genres of games, like that's a big deal. If you're like going into more or less competitive communities, like some communities
True.
have like
Yeah.
very high standards already, like higher than Halo, for instance. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then there's some communities where, oh, it's very small, but then there's this one runner that's been grinding this game for like thousands of hours
Waz.
already.
Waz.
Wes. Wes is a great example.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, that's obvious. That's like a whole other topic.
mhm,
Like how optimized is like the community?
yeah,
Like people who don't like who stick in their own community
mhm,
tend to like get pretty
complacent.
or sometimes get like yeah kind of defensive like our speedruns are optimized or
Mhm,
as optimized as I don't know like Celeste or Super Mario, but
mhm,
that's just like not the case. Like objectively speaking, the bigger the community, like
the more
the better
optimized, yeah,
the world record is,
yeah.
or like the better the standard is.
Mhm. Like even with some of those games where you have that one runner that is super popular for grinding their game out, like sometimes they might not even be the best because like there's still other people out there that haven't tried it or stuff.
Yeah.
And the more people there are, it's like, yeah, that becomes more of a big deal. But
Mm.
still, the people that are the ones that are the world record for their smaller speed game are still really impressive in their own
Yeah.
right. It just
Yeah.
depends on
Like
like
yeah.
what you're defining as like impressive in a way. and some people are just that way.
Yeah, obviously, like this, I'm not like trying to shit on smaller communities and like, oh, your times are bad or like it's not optimized. Like that's not the point.
Yeah, like even now I can say like Halo has been like a lot more optimized, but when you look back at it, it's like back in the day, and some people are like, yeah, this is Halo's pretty speed like optimized. People have been running the game for
Yeah.
like 20 years or something. Like
Yeah,
even
and you
now,
could you
it's
could
like
say that today, and I mean, in 5 years, people are probably gonna look back at it like the same way.
yeah, it's just over time, world records are gonna become better and better, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just how it goes.
Speedrun progression, man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We didn't update the topic on screen, but I guess we came back to it anyway.
Yeah. Any other questions or topics in chat? We have a bit of time still, so just whenever.
Come on, guys, give me some things to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, this is about the length that the last episode went, maybe around this amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, I think oh, runner tier list. Oh dear. I think 1 hour and a half is like pretty good length, honestly.
Yeah.
Like even it could even be shorter, it could be longer. I think anything over like 45 minutes even is like pretty good length for a podcast.
Runner tier list. I've had my own personal runner tier list like built up in my head and stuff. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of speedrunners that I look up to, and these are the ones that I do. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it just depends. Like, of course, everyone's biased, and everyone like decides what their own criteria is for a top runner. Like,
Yeah,
some people,
that's the thing, right?
yeah.
Like it's not as simple as just putting someone on a number. Like you have to you want to take like several things into
consideration.
consideration, yeah.
It's
Like
for instance, Garish versus like you, for instance, like who would be better? It's hard to say because one person has been playing just one game, one person is really good at multiple games, yeah, and world records, number of those things, and then the era where they dominated. And
yeah, like
it's
community impact, and you could like talk about so many different things. Like it's not just black and white. Or it's kind of like toxic, reducing it, I guess, to just a tier list.
Yeah.
I guess.
April 1st runners tier list where we just meme everyone.
I did think about April 1st coming up. Like, what should we do?
Yeah.
I don't know if I haven't seen any ideas yet. But I'm sure someone's gonna do something.
What happens next week? Next week we will be having Dubzo. I think Dubzo will be our co-host for next week, and we'll probably bring in a runner for an interview as well. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be really fun. And then, yeah, we'll just basically go down, see who wants to co-host or something, who wants to participate for the runner interview shenanigans and stuff.
Yeah, that's that's a good good topic, or not topic, but point. Dark. We did release H3DS on April 1st.
Yeah.
Like we actually released it on April 1st.
Yeah.
It was not a troll. It was
Actually,
it was kind of toxic.
my Halo CE world record for easy at the time was done on April 1st as well.
Oh, okay. Nail's face reveal. Nail's gender reveal. All right. Well, should we wrap it up then? Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to wrap it up then. Yeah. Yep. So thank you everyone for tuning in to the second episode of the HaloRuns podcast. I'm here with Sorix. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yep. And yeah, next week, once again, runner interview. We'll have Dubzo as our co-host. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some fun things planned in the future. And hopefully I can get like Jeopardy or something working. That would be really cool. But all the versions of Jeopardy I'm finding are like, yeah, pay for this thing, or like they're super like convoluted or weird to work with. So
yeah, some games and like fun stuff would be great to have.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe episode 4 for that. We'll see. Yep. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see ya.
See ya. Thanks for listening.
Now, who should we host? I think we should host.
Can they still hear us?
Yeah, they can.
Maybe we should go to HaloRuns.com, the #1 site for all your Halo speedrunning needs, and see who's live.
Sinister side. Let's go with Sinister.
Hashtag ad. You think I'm getting paid for this?
Imagine.
I wish.